Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over cryptocurrencies, GBTC a little bit. I'm going to go over this asset real quick and UFO gaming, Chiliz, and a little bit of Veracity, guys, which I'm bullish on all those assets right now. I'm going to explain to you why you have a good shot. I got some targets on here for the GBTC right now. I'm going to explain to you why you will be careful in this area, how I'm looking at this with GBTC. So what I do is if you can't figure out Bitcoin, well, go try to figure out GBTC. Can't figure out GBTC or Bitcoin, go see what MicroStrategy is doing. Go see what other related crypto area ones are doing with in the cryptocurrency market. So as an example, if Coinbase is blasting up and GBTC is blasting up and MicroStrategy is blasting up, then the odds are that probably Bitcoin is going to blast up too. Okay. Usually your probability is really, really high. So I made previous videos about this pattern that it could be doing over here going into, say, 2024, however long it's going to take. And here's the interesting thing too about this pattern, and this is a pattern, and you're going to have a lot of people dispute it because it's an unconventional pattern. It doesn't happen a lot. It's just very odd, but they do happen. They do happen. Those are the facts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's called a diagonal type move or maybe a wedge move. It just so happens to be at a very large scale. I think you have a good shot of that. So I'm going to go in this area. I'm going to show you guys something, the reason why I was investigating GBTC a little bit closer. I was like, well, what is it doing? Came up to my box, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with it, guys. Came right up to my box, and I said, look at this wave pattern. Now, it seems reasonable with GBTC that it ended there, and you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a 5. A little bit of an issue with this pattern right here, guys, doing that, because this has to be an ending diagonal. Ending diagonals can only be in 3-wave moves if it's not done. These are impulsive moves. Impulse. You can clearly see on this 45-minute chart. Okay, I'll show you something. When they're impulse moves, it has to be a leading diagonal. Only leading diagonals can be either 3-wave swing. So a leading, I'll show you as an example. You got 2 options with a leading diagonal. So only one can do a 3. It can do an A, B, C, and then it can do another 3-wave swing like this. It could do an A, B, C, and do another 3-wave swing and do an A, B, C like so. Okay, that's the only option that you have. The 2 options you have with a leading diagonal. But the way you tell the difference between a leading diagonal and an ending diagonal are impulsive moves. And you can see clearly right here on this 45-minute chart, you have an impulsive move there. You have a correction down. You clearly have an impulsive move right there with divergence. You got a little bit of divergence right there. You got divergence right there. And then you have another swing back up here, coming up to my box area, that target, and divergence. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. And if that's a leading diagonal, you're actually probably going to be in a 1, 2, 1, 2. I would suspect it would come down to correct to these areas for GBTC, something like that. So there's probably going to be downside for Bitcoin coming soon once it's done with that wave pattern. It might not be done. I'm just going off what I have right now in the chart. So that 2 could come all the way back down here. Okay. And in this down here, there's probably a little bit of confusion down here. I've been watching this chart for a long time, guys. So keeping track of GBTC. This is not the end of it. This is what you call truncated with that wick. You take that wick out, you put it on a line chart. This is the move that it made. 1 to here, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish it off right there. That was a little 5-wave move. 5-wave, 3rd wave, 5th wave. It got out of there. Here's your 1. Now, here's a 2. And you can see clearly in the RSI on that 4-hour chart came all the way back down there to give you a 2. And now it's in this, which I think is another wave 1. Might not be done yet. And then come back down for a 2. So GBTC could potentially be, I could be wrong. I'm not always right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Going into this wave pattern, 3, 4, 5 into that area, guys. So I'm bullish on this until proven otherwise, just investigating that, guys. Okay. So I think it looks pretty good. Just going to have a correction. That means Bitcoin's going to have a correction. Not a big deal, guys. When they go up a lot, they got to correct some to keep going back up. So looking at the overall wave pattern for GBTC, you can see here. Reason I'm going more towards this fifth wave theory that I have is because of this too. So to me, you look at GBTC, you got 1, 2. And now this whole thing will be a 1, 2. So GBTC, you take a look at that. This video is going to go on longer than normal. You take a look at this GBTC start right here. So you got a 1, 2, and then it's going into a 3 like so, right? Let me change that a little bit for you. Green, put it on the micro, now I'll go sub micro. But this is a pattern that it's doing to start it off. So it's a leading, like a leading type diagonal that I think it's making in here, guys, for its initial other 1, 2. So this here would be your 1 and then back down for 2. And then it'll be going into that 3 of 3, probably a couple of years down the road, guys. Okay. Change that to sub micro. Just like so. So the 1 is not done yet. And it could be a leading diagonal. Impulsive, impulsive, impulsive. And back down for the 2, probably back down to those areas. And then into a 3, 4, and then 5 like so. Just something like that, guys. Don't hold those to the numbers. I just have it like that. Okay. So you know that this is a whole new sequence here. Okay. This is a whole new sequence based on the RSI data. You see how high that is? There's your third wave, fifth wave. There's your second wave correction all the way back down there. Here's a first wave, third wave, and it didn't break that. Okay. Very unlikely that it ended there and then this is the correction because this is a 5-wave move, and 5-wave move can't be by itself. It has to be 3, 3, 5. Hit fib targets and off into that wave. Okay. So that makes sense to me. Like if you take a look at Chiliz, here's Chiliz, a little bit of a mess right now. So you have Chiliz 1, 2 up into this 3 over here 4 and finishing off a 5, kind of like that here. Okay. Finishing off the fifth wave. You have another asset you could take a look at. I'll go over UFO gaming last. Here's Verasity coin. So the deal is with Verasity coin on me, guys, is that you got to look at the overall picture on Verasity. Is this mess that it made down here, guys, and this whole wave structure works together in Elliott waves. So the deal is this whole area is giving support to this wave and then this correction and then finish off this wave. I really think you have a good shot too that this is going up for a fifth wave, probably up into these areas, and it might even break that high up there if you can believe it. It already has a nice reaction. And the reason I say that is I've looked at this pattern here in depth, and all I can get out of that is a 3-wave move. It's like a 3, 3, and then came down for a 5. And you clearly have on this weekly chart, you have a divergence right there to pop that up. Okay. So and you have this long flat wave 1, the flat move that took it from June 19 to March of 20. And then 1, 2 here, and then going up for its third wave here and ripped off a peak. It just it slowed up. It died. It died. So this third wave and then the fifth up into this area, guys, right here. So this is very difficult to get a 5-wave swing into this wave right here. You know, you could say this is somehow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibly, but you have 5 in here, you have 5 there, and you have 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down for a 3-wave swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 and 5. It's missing it. So I think you have a good shot over here. The Verasity is going to be making that 5th wave move, guys. Okay. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going up for a 5th. Okay. Which makes sense if you come back over here. You know, here's 1, 2, it's working on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come over to Chiliz, you know, looking at other assets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Matic is the same way. I can show you guys like another asset like BNB, which is a mess. I have a mess on the thing. So BNB's cycle started here. 1, 2, 3, It's over here trying to rip off that fifth. So that's what I think is going on, guys. Now back to UFO gaming. UFO gaming, uber bullish on. It's not the whole chart. It actually over here is a wave 1. This is the 2. So now you're in a 1, 2, 1, 2. And it could be in the process of another miniature 1, 2. Pretty decent reaction, 1, 2. As long as it holds on to that low, that will be your 1, 2. Doesn't break that. Or if it does, then your 2 just moves like over like that. Doubt it though. I doubt it. Seems to be holding on pretty good. So UFO gaming will be in a uber bullish sequence as long as it maintains these pivot points here. You know, this is a main one right now, right there, and then this is the next one. Okay, so I'm not concerned with it. I have coins in UFO gaming, and I'm just patiently waiting for the momentum to start building up, and it's going to just, you know, who knows how many months down the road, and this will be ripping and just melting faces all the way up here right now. And nobody's going to believe this. They're going to miss this. They're not going to believe this at all, guys. They will not believe that one bit that's going to be going on. So, and that's how the markets work, guys. They bullish sequences are always more, well, not always, or you can probably say always. They're always started in doubt and disbelief. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.